Hello there. Boy, oh boy, it has been a hot minute since we were talking about the upcoming operation for Rainbow Six Siege, but here we are, and there is a lot to talk about. So, Year 5, Season 3, Operation Shadow Legacy brings potentially one of the most meta-changing updates we have seen for quite some time. So I'll start off by talking about the new operator. So, as you can probably tell, and as many of the leaks suggested, the legendary Sam Fisher has been added as an attacking operator under the code name Zero. For those who might not know who Sam Fisher is a character from an incredible game series called Splinter Cell, in which you play as a stealthy secret agent who operates cleanly with extreme precision and skill to deal with threats to the state and the public. He is a silent hero who makes the problem disappear before the public even gets wind of it. In Rainbow Six Siege, Sam, aka Zero, will utilize a gadget that appears in the Splinter Cell series, projectile cameras. With his gadget, known as the Argus Launcher, he can shoot up to 4 cameras into any surface, which then deploy and allow him to see on both sides of the surface, so long as the surface is not indestructible. Once deployed, the camera can also shoot one single laser beam to destroy an enemy gadget, damage an enemy player, or whatever it is you choose to do with your one singular laser blast. It should be noted here that the deployment of Zero's camera does make a notable sound so that the defenders will be able to hear the camera being deployed nearby. Zero's loadout gives players a choice between the new SC3000K rifle or the MP7 as a primary weapon. His secondary is the 5.7 USG, and he is able to choose between equipping a frag grenade or a claymore as his secondary gadget. The SC3000K primary rifle can equip any one of a wide selection of new scopes, from the new holographic sight, the new red dot, the new 1.7 zoom, or the new 2.0 zoom scope. Yeah, you heard me right. There are new scopes in Rainbow Six Siege, and the ACOG no longer exists, or at least not under that name. Instead, some operators have received a selection of these new scopes, and while most of the scopes remain the same aside from the ACOG, the new scopes look very, very interesting. Be sure to check your favorite operators to see if they've gotten any of the new scopes. For instance, Castle now has access to the 1.5 zoom scope. And new scopes isn't the only thing you'll have to look at in Rainbow Six Siege, because now we also have the ability to change the color of our reticle. No longer will you have to suffer the generic reticle colors of the past. Now you can choose between a variety of colors. These colors are actually aimed at helping people with color blindness or visual impairment of that sort, so that's a pretty cool addition. And continuing on the theme of things to look at in Rainbow Six Siege, the new Ping 2.0 system is out as well, which means new pings are now contextual. That basically means that if you're looking at something like a deployable gadget, a drone, a camera, or even the diffuser, and you ping it, the ping will show a special icon displaying what it is that you're pinging to give your teammates a bit more info on what you're trying to relay to them. Furthermore, generic pings like walls or floors are also numbered from 1 to 5, which means you'll know which player made the ping. The new ping system is aimed at streamlining information conveyance within the team and making it more efficient. No longer will you have to wonder if your teammates know that you're looking at something important or not. They'll be able to get a much better idea of what you're pinging now. Following in the theme of team play, another element of Rainbow Six Siege has received a new team-themed polish, that being the hard reinforcements that each player receives. In the past, each player would receive 2 hard reinforcements that could be used on soft walls, patches, or whatever else. However, the new system gives a team a cumulative pool of 10 reinforcements, allowing roamers to not have to worry about sticking around on site just to put their 2 reinforcements down. Now, they'll have a little bit more freedom to move around more immediately, allowing the site anchor to reinforce whatever needs to be reinforced. It also allows more experienced players to be able to reinforce whatever needs to be reinforced so that someone who is less experienced doesn't have to struggle to decide where to put their reinforcements or accidentally put them in the wrong place. These are some very interesting changes that are really going to change the way the game is played in the details. But that's not the end of the changes that will be arriving in the game. We're also getting the long-awaited map ban system where teams will be able to choose which map they want to play through a system of voting to ban a map out of a selection of 3 maps. This will allow for players to have a bit more control over where they end up playing. It's an interesting system that I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on. Lastly, and as you may have noticed, the map rework coming in the new operation is none other than Chalet. And following in the footsteps of the previous map reworks in the previous seasons, Chalet still maintains its familiarity, receiving what feels like more of a new polish here and there rather than a heavy-hitting rework. I'm interested to see how playing on this map will turn out moving forward. It definitely needed a bit of love and, well, that's what it got. Another feature that is arriving soon but won't be on the main build is match playbacks, allowing the player to go back and re-watch any of their past 10 matches from any perspective, allowing you to see how enemy players got the drop on you, what happened around the map, etc. It's a very handy tool for bettering your skills and strategies and analyzing your own gameplay as well as that of your team or your enemies. All in all, Operation Shadow Legacy is going to bring huge changes to the game that will definitely shape the way the game is played going forward. I'm interested to see how these changes are received by the community and how it will affect competitive play. I'm also interested to hear what your thoughts on these changes are, so be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you think of Operation Shadow Legacy. You can also chat to me about it over on my Twitter, so be sure to follow me there if you aren't already. With that being said, I'm going to say cheers now. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, hi there. I forgot to mention that there are going to be hard breachers added as secondary gadgets. Not too sure why that slipped my mind. I guess my head is empty.
No thoughts, head empty.
So, but yes, there are in fact going to be hard breaching devices added as secondaries to some operators. So, yeah, when I said this was going to be meta changing, I was not joking. I was not joking.